about artificial intelligence in agriculture and in dairy specifically. And I'm sure that a lot of you have already interacted in some form or other with artificial intelligence. I think this is really an opportunity to learn more, to ask questions, and have an interaction around the topic. And then the second part will be what we call our sort of innovator rotations. So this is where we will divide you up into groups and we'll get you all to sort of go around the various tables where our innovators will be sharing more about their innovation, how it works. And I know that some of them already integrate artificial intelligence in their products as well. So hopefully there'll be an easy transition between those two parts. So first off, I'd like to ask Tim McCluskey to come forward. He's the Stakeholder Engagement Manager of the Chisholm Institute. They lead Australia's Digital, AI and Technology Centre of Excellence. And he's here to share an introduction to the use of artificial intelligence in agriculture.
Thank you very much. I'd also like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Eora people. I pay my respects to the elders, celebrate the continuing culture, and acknowledge the memories of their ancestors. So my name is Tim McCluskey. I work for the Chisholm Institute, where I'm the Stakeholder Engagement Manager for the Digital AI and Technology Centre of Excellence. There's a lot to take in. I'll explain a bit about the centre during my presentation. And I apologise, that's going to be very small for most of you back there. But today's agenda, what we're going to cover in my presentation, a bit of introduction about me and the centre. We'll talk a bit more about what AI is, what it is not, in very simple words. AI you're already using, how AI is used in agriculture, a bit of myth versus reality when it comes to the use of artificial intelligence, where artificial intelligence can support your business, risks and considerations, and then what's next for the industry based on what we're hearing today. So I'm actually in week 4 at the Centre of Excellence. We're a brand new institution formed by the Victorian and federal government to develop AI and digital skills across the country. Prior to that, I worked for LinkedIn, where I led our engagement with the public sector. I was born in Swan Hill, but had strong connections to the local area around here. And then my brother-in-law runs GV Ag, just not far from here, and he did promise, I say to everyone here that any help you need with technology and AI, talk to God by Agriculture and ask for Christian Barnett. He'll sort you out today. But no, I actually had a good chat to them this morning about technology and the use of AI in some of the ag equipment down at GV Ag. So I'll just explain a bit about the context as to where we fit into it at Chisholm Institute. We're part of a $30 million investment between the state and Victoria State Government and the federal government to address Australia's digital and technology workforce shortages. And the Centres of Excellence is about 20 around the country. Ours is focused on digital AI and technology. There are a number out there focused on construction, healthcare, agriculture. They're all about really fostering greater connections between industry and the collaboration between industry, education, and government in providing the best experience for learners out there as well. It's a nationwide digital skills initiative focused on advanced technologies, emphasising training in AI, cybersecurity, automation, cloud computing, and designed to really provide access to learning opportunities for school leavers, those who look to upskill in their current jobs, and also those who look to transition careers into careers in technology as well. And so we are part of the National TAFE network, and also working with industry and universities and government to foster a coordinated approach to digital upskilling across the country. And this is really to address the growing demand for digital and AI skills in Australia. For those who don't know, there's a significant shortfall in digital and AI skills in this country, and it's really important that the education sector and the vocational education sector in TAFE work very closely with industry to provide innovative solutions that address these challenges and ensure that you as employers and business owners have access to the skills for yourselves, but also to the staff you need with the right skills to help you be more productive and successful as well. And it's really about fostering what we call lifelong learning. No one's ever too old to learn, and we should really encourage people to keep skilling, keep adding new skills to their portfolio capabilities, and through the Centre of Excellence, where they provide opportunities for people to gain the skills they need in the digital AI and technology space. Part of that will be working very closely with industry, what we're calling satellite campuses, so working with regional employers, regional peak bodies, and technology providers to provide learning where it's needed. So if you think about the future, we say we will not look at in a couple of years' time, or next very soon, in a couple of years probably, a situation where we are having a satellite campus here in Shepparton, training yourselves and other business owners on how to use AI in agriculture with a provider in this space as well. It's a national program, so not just Victoria, we're the national lead, but yeah, we are trying stuff out in Victoria first. And part of that will be building a hub down in Frankston. Show of hands, who's been to the city of Frankston? Beautiful part of the world. It's going to be better once we build a digital AI and technology centre of excellence down there where students, businesses, industry will be able to try out technology firsthand and gain the skills they need to be successful in the future as well. So my job is to help make everyone aware of the importance of AI skills and digital skills, is to help you get an understanding of what can be done and look at ways that us at Chisholm, as part of the National TAFE Network, national initiative, can work with industry on helping you to get the skills you need for your businesses, for your farms, for your staff, and looking at ways forward we can do that together. Okay, a bit about ourselves. Today, by the way, if you have any questions as we go through, don't wait to the end. Jump in. I've got a rather lengthy presentation, so feel free to jump in and ask questions on the way. If anything jumps out at you you'd like to know more about, or if you've got a question, or I will ask for a bit of audience participation in terms of raising of hands, nothing more than that. But yeah, please feel free to jump in as I'm speaking today. Okay, so what is AI? AI is technology. And the one thing I'd say about AI has been, in the last couple of years, everyone's talking about AI. We've had the release of generative AI models, we become an agent, AI agents like ChatGPT, Claude, etc. But AI itself has been around for a long, long time. And it really is, it's a technology which learns patterns from data. It understands, it interprets things, and then helps us make decisions and provide predictions based on its understanding. So traditional software that you might use, you might set up to say, if moisture drops below 20%, turn on irrigation. That's a setting you put into your system, it turns it on automatically. That's a programmed software response. An AI, or a machine learning model, learns from data and says, based on 10 years of yield, weather and soil data, here's the irrigation pattern, timing likely to work best this week. So it's taking a different approach to how we think about the use of data insights, and it's helping learn from what's been done in the past, interpret that data, and help you make better decisions based on interpretations. And in many ways, I dare say, most of you are using AI every single day. I'm assuming a few of you some of you may use a map to get here today, Google Maps or Apple Maps. That's a form of AI. It calculates the best route to get somewhere, it looks at traffic patterns, and it gives you the advice you need on how to get somewhere. When you get emails, your email, your Gmail, Outlook, whatever it is, recognises patterns in emails sent to you and chucks stuff in the spam folder. So you never have to see it, you're never aware of it because it's recognised as spam. And most of the time it's pretty correct. If you go to your spam folder, you see most of it is just junk. Bank fraud alerts. This is a great one. We've all had a time when you go to make a transaction, pay someone, and it says, are you sure this is an unusual transaction for you? That's an AI model in the background, analysing your previous spending behaviour and going, just want to double check this for you. It also alerts you when things happen on credit cards or banks' accounts that is unusual and flags it for you, flags it for the bank to make you aware. We see it every day, and when we log into our favourite streaming service, for me it's BritBox, Once Upon a New Murder Mystery based in Britain somewhere, and I recommended a lot last night to choose from, but it helps you understand the previous viewing patterns, it helps you recommend shows that are relevant to you. Voice assistants, those in Siri, Alexa, Google, understand how that works. It learns from how you speak, how you pronounce things, and interprets your voice to understand what you're after. And your phone camera. Anytime you take a photo, we all think it's as simple as opening it up. But the technology in there is analysing the light, it's analysing the setting where it is, and it helps you take a better photo to push the button. That's all use of artificial intelligence in your current day-to-day life. And we don't think about it, but it's been there for a long time. So I frame this because people talk about AI, in many cases people think about Terminator 2 specifically, and the fear of machines. AI is technology. It's an innovation, it's happening out there already, we're using it every day, and I really encourage you to start thinking about how you can use it in your professional setting. And already it's been used in agriculture in Australia today. I'll go through this in a bit more detail. Show of hands, is anyone using AI for yield and soil mapping, drones, cropping? Anyone? A few people raising their hands, yeah? Weather and climate forecasting, who uses a weather app to understand what the rain is going to be? So hopefully most of you don't rely on the 6 o'clock news anymore. And also grain and market pricing, how you understand the market, what the price of things are going to be. That's all our models in action as well. So I thought I'd go through a few myths, and really, again, it's stuff which is in the media, we hear about these things all the time. First myth, AI will replace farmers, or workers take those jobs. AI is not designed to take those jobs. It's designed to help you make better decisions. It doesn't make a call, but makes recommendations for you as well. At the end of the day, you're still in charge of your own destiny when it comes to what happens on your farm, your business. That's something which we'll cover off today, how AI can support you in that. The second one is you need to be a tech expert to use it. As I said, explained before, most tools will sit on a smartphone app. AI and the tech companies building these technologies to help you be more productive are aiming to make it as simple as possible for you to use. So I think when you think about the use of technology in your day-to-day lives, this should be easy, it should be straightforward for you to use, and I hope that you start seeing some examples of today. And it's only for big corporations. Certainly, there's a lot of expensive tools out there. I think I'll show you today. I was at my brother-in-law's business today, hearing about $1.2 million for an AI-enabled tractor and header. And I'm thinking, okay, it's a lot of money spent on the tool. There are expensive products out there which might now be more successful, but there are also some great entry-level products and opportunities for you to use to be more productive in day-to-day. AI understands things like person. Again, this is the fear of the rise of machines, the Terminator. It finds patterns in data. And certainly AI is being programmed with agents to make it feel like there's a person behind it, but really all it is taking the data, put into it, and helping you make better decisions. It has no judgment, has no experience, no common sense of its own. It is relying upon the data you put into it to make better decisions. It's too expensive to bother with, I mentioned that before. Some things are as simple as a simple subscription will be easy to use. And my data isn't safe once it's in the system. This is a fair concern. We'll cover a bit more around the risk and considerations around it. Certainly data usage is important, and there's a lot of safeguards in place you can look at to ensure you are not putting your data in the hands of people you maybe shouldn't. But certainly there's a lot of things out there that ensure you that you are being protected in that way as well. Do those make sense? Concerns? Yeah? Cool. Okay, so I thought I'd go through a few examples of where AI is being used with agriculture, and specifically in the Australian setting. And so these are examples of Australian organisations who are helping really innovate in the way of precision agriculture, livestock health and welfare, weather and climate, market and price intelligence, and helping with admin and compliance as well. The first is a company called SIBO Labs, I'm sure I pronounce it properly. This was founded by a group in New South Wales in 2018, and really looked at the, I can't believe I didn't know this until I looked up this last couple of weeks. Old satellite index only interpreted a pasture when it was green. Any other colour setting, the satellite wouldn't recognise what was happening on the pasture there as well. So this company in New South Wales took European space data and space agency satellite data and changed it to really adapt it to the Australian setting. And so now it's being used by Australian farmers, 70 million hectares, assessed weekly using this tool. Producers use the fine-tuned stocking rates, better feed-based management, cost reduction, and is now offered free. Let's double check this through Meat and Livestock Australia members. Double check that to be sure. We've got 5 minutes left. Okay, lots to go through. I'll skip through this. There is Swarm Farm Robotics, company out of Queensland. This is a robotics company who created these mini drones, quad-like size, will go around your farm, spray, weed, mow, and seed in swarms, as opposed to large vehicles, and cause a 95% reduction in herbicide rates through the use of this technology. This is a Fluorostat, now Regrow, was acquired by an American business to allow better technology around applying fertilizer. And the yields are Sensing Plus. This was actually an interesting one. This was built for the Tasmanian oyster industry to help understand how to reduce contamination rates in oyster farms, but is now used to really understand soil, air, water, and plant data to understand models around how best to run your crops. But my favourite actually is one which is out of Queensland, and this has actually been funded through the CSIRO, so the federal government, as well as a Queensland initiative. This is putting tags on the ears of your livestock. And the problem that was coming with, if we put these tags on, but they go, say that cow goes to a part of the farm where there's no mobile phone reception. How do we tell where it is, get the data? This company created a tag which is powered by solar. It exists for the lifetime of the animal, sits in the ear, and analyses everything about the health of that animal, and feeds it back to you to better understand, what's happening with them, where they are they ready for calving. All this interesting data feeds back into it, and it's designed to pretty much run the entire time that animal's alive. And that's all that analysed and fed back to the farmer who can make decisions on where their herd is, what's happening with them, and how to best manage them going forward. And the last one, Octopus Bot, is one which is around looking at analysing data around grain prices, stock prices, and allows you to price your products better than before. Okay. I'll make sure the slides are available for sharing afterwards if you want to learn more about them. There's a lot of great case studies out there. These are all Australian companies who are taking what was a very much European and American technology and applying it to Australia to ensure that Australian farmers can use this technology to be more productive and successful. And what we can take out is, though, that there's still a lot of opportunity for the industry. Less than 3% of Australian agriculture businesses use AI in any form. That's research done by the National AI Centre. There's a lot of opportunity here to get into it. People fear job losses, people fear this impact of staff. There's been a 17% fall in agricultural employment in the last 5 years. Some of the side of the technology adoption, but it's not a massive impact when it comes to technology adoption on the rate of employment. And we see also that 54% of people who are non-adopters in AI in the agriculture industry just don't believe it's relevant for their business, usually because they haven't seen an example yet as well. So what it means is the agriculture industry is slowly moving towards the adoption of AI. And it means that for everyone in this room, there's a real opportunity there if you start thinking about how to use technology in a more innovative way. Take it on. You'll be at the forefront and leading the industry and seeing efficiencies faster than your peers in the market as well. And there's a real advantage to start thinking now how you can start using technology because there's a lot of chance to grow. Okay, so when you're thinking about the adoption of AI technology into your business, I'll run through this quickly. Data ownership and privacy. As I said, AI as a model requires you to put data into it, to feed into it. It's no use adopting it, you're not going to feed in the data from a business into it as well. Be very careful around who owns that data, how it's kept afterwards, how easy it is to get it out if you choose to change providers. I know there's a very well-known international producer of farm technology who will come in and map your fields for you and build it all out. trying to use that information somewhere else is not easy. Start thinking about who you're going to use and talk to your suppliers, your advisors around how you go about ensuring you're putting data on that. If you are going to adopt AI technology, think about the connectivity and infrastructure. Do you have the right setup on your property to make it work? I mentioned cost of vendor lock-in. Be careful when looking at your vendors that you don't be locked into one path the entire way. You can't change vendors if the opportunity comes up. I've given some great examples of the Australian industry, what's happening here, but think about when you're buying some of these things, especially from companies who don't have experience in Australia, how accurate are they for the local setting? Is it relevant for you if it's models trained on international standards rather than Australian? Very important for us, the skills and change management piece. What skills and training do you and your staff need? Where can we help at Chisholm? Where can TAFE help to help you get the skills you need to be successful in using this technology as well? There's no point adopting something if you don't know how to use it effectively. And check it, the last one is, again, to really look into it, liability regulation. If something goes wrong with this technology, investigate and understand who is liable and how is it regulated if this does happen. Make sure you're covered there. So this is all research based on industry. What's next in the industry? We're seeing more and more globally autonomous machinery taken up. People using, this is already happening, people using GPS and other things now, but more and more autonomous machinery will be used on farms going forward. The Australian government is investing a lot of money, I think it was $20 million I read, to fine-tune a lot of these things for the Australian conditions as well. So you'll see a lot of the technology coming out of other parts of the world. The government is investing in money to ensure that they're relevant to the Australian market. So you'll start seeing some of these global providers really offering things in Australia. We'll start seeing prediction. Right now, you'll see descriptions of AI, what's happening. As more and more data is fed into these programs, you'll be able to start predicting for you when best to plant, when best to crop, all those things. We'll start seeing consolidation amongst ag tech providers. One example I started to whip through is an Australian company. They've already been acquired by a US company. We're seeing more and more of Australian ag tech companies acquired by global peers, because what we're doing in Australia is always innovative, but always, and that grabs the attention of those overseas. So we'll start seeing more and more of those companies merging, coming together, forming, hopefully, bigger and better organisations. And we'll start seeing, as this happened recently, the Australian government's announced a lot of guidelines around data ownership when it comes to the use of artificial intelligence. That will also apply to farm data as well. So keep an eye out as to how those data rules will apply to those selling your solution. Where to start? I want to be wrapped up here. I've got 1 minute, please, to finish. Start looking at what you already have. As I was talking to my brother-in-law this morning, there's a lot of tech that exists that you've probably already bought. Understand how it works, and think about how you get the most out of it, what could you do better, what you've got, before you start making investments in anything else. Also, pick one problem. What really bugs you? What you don't not like doing about your business? And it may not be the actual act of farming. It could be bookkeeping, marketing, database management. Find a tool that makes it easier for you and allows you to build it out and do things much easier for yourself. Improve productivity, take that time away from that so you can focus on things you enjoy doing. Consult trusted advisors. I know there's someone here from Rabobank today and others, but talk to your bankers, talk to people who are using things already, understand what they will recommend from a technology point of view, how you can leverage their advice. There may be products your peers are using already, your banks, your agriculture suppliers would recommend. Rely upon them because they know what's best for your farm. Start small. Don't try and fix everything once. Apply to one setting, see how it works, and if it works well, iterate from there. As I mentioned, check the data terms before signing up, so not locking yourself in, and look at what is provided through industry associations and the like who can give you grants and information there. Okay. So to wrap up, and thank you, appreciate your time today. AI is part of your life already. We've all used it the way it is today, we'll use it at some point in the last 24 hours. Agriculture is the next industry which is really picking it up, As I said, there's a lot of opportunity there to get in there before others do and start innovating. It supports decisions. It's not designed to take anyone's responsibility for anything away from them. It's to help you make better decisions through better informed data and insights. And the best is start small. Start with what really bugs you about your current way of working, what would you love to get rid of, and figure out is there an AI tool or technology that will help you take that away from you and make your job just more fun. So you don't have to do that. You can spend more time doing things you enjoy. And that's it. Thank you.